For your Monday homework, you're going to fill in the sheet as I go along. So we're going to review a skill that's going to be tested next week. So pronouns are words that replace nouns. Okay? So examples of pronouns: he, she, it, they, them, we, us. She, he, it, they, them, we, us, our, their. These are all types of pronouns. Okay? So, an antecedent is a word, the pronoun replaces. So if I say Amanda went to the store, she took $20, then my noun is Amanda, and my pronoun is she, and the antecedent is Amanda because she replaces Amanda. So the important thing we need to ask ourselves is, how are you going to be tested on pronouns and their antecedents? Well, I see two common ways. The first way is how you will be tested in the revision passages on pronouns and antecedents. Is you're going to see a question, and the question will say a sentence lacks clarity or is vague, and should make you think, okay, I probably should look for a pronoun to change. Okay? So I'm going to show you an example of that from a previous test. Okay? So if I look at this question, it says, sentence 25, look, lacks clarity. So I should think, is there a pronoun that I can change? What is the most effective change to make to improve the clarity of this sentence? So we're going to look for pronouns. Here's a pronoun, him. There's a pronoun, it, his. Okay, so we have three pronouns. The thing is, though, we want to change a pronoun to a noun. We do not want to change a noun to a pronoun. So we do not want to change the German language to it. If I say it was hard to understand, that does not make it more clear. Okay? We want our pronouns to be on this side of the letter to. Of the word to. We want to change a pronoun to something else. So pronouns are not clear. Okay? So we don't want to change something to a pronoun. We want to change a pronoun to a noun. So let's look at this sentence in the test. Okay, so here it is. It's sentence 25. So let me see if I can get my paper here. Let me see if you can see them both at the same time. Okay, it seemed that he could even recognize the German language. Once identifying him by biting the stick, if we see, it seemed that he could even recognize it, that makes it less clear, so no. But if we look for the pronoun that we want to change, it seemed that he could even recognize the German language. Once identifying a German spy by biting the seat of the man's pants. This is what we want to change. We want to change him to a German spy. We're going to look for a pronoun to change. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to your homework paper. And let's look at the second way you're going to be tested on this. Now that was in the revision passages. This is in the editing passages. So in the editing passages, it's going to test you on pronoun antecedent agreement. We're going to say that antecedents and their pronouns, and their pronouns must agree in number and gender. Okay? So I am going to show you, and let's actually, let's write down some singular pronouns. It, he, she, I. Plural pronouns, a couple of them. They, them, we, us. Our. These are plural. These mean one. These mean more than one. So let's go to an example of what that would look like. Okay? So, okay. This is what this would look like. So here's my question. It's question number 12, I'm sorry. And it says, how should sentence 20 be changed? Now, if I look at all my answer choices, first of all, remember that TOO is like very or also. Okay. But this is what we're focusing on right here. Change them to it. This is pronoun agreement, and you really, really, really need to be careful with these because sometimes the antecedent is not in the same sentence. So let's look at sentence 20, and I'm going to highlight it. It is, if I can fix this where you can see both at the same time. Sentence 20 says, if the cookie was dunked too long, the liquid dissolved the sugar in the cookie and made them fall apart. So here's how I approach these questions. I'm going to circle them because it's telling me change them to it. So how I have to do this is I have to figure out what is them talking about. If the cookie was dunked too long, the liquid dissolved the sugar in the cookie and made them fall apart. What's falling apart? It's the cookie. Okay? Now, is cookie plural or is cookie singular? Cookie is singular. So I don't use a plural pronoun because them is a plural pronoun with a singular antecedent. I have to have singular, singular, or plural, plural. So my only option here is to change them, it. And that's how you'll be tested on pronouns. Either they're going to ask you if the sentence lacks clarity or is vague, or they're going to ask you about changing a singular pronoun to a plural pronoun, or a plural pronoun to a singular pronoun. So that's how you check if that is your correct answer, or eliminate that answer as an answer choice. So now what I want you to do is finish your Google form for Monday on pronouns.